In the silence of the questions, where the answers slip away, faith is born in mystery, and doubt becomes our prayer. Oh, the grace of uncertainty, a light that shines through haze, not in rigid lines of meaning, but in love that bends and sways.
Well, that is the song, Grace of Uncertainty. Yeah, did you know it was a song? I didn't know it was a song until I got it in my inbox from my brother Dan. Here's a shout out to Dan, who has, in his retirement years, been looking at AI and learning and how he can express ideas that he's got running around in his mind in lyrical fashion with musical expression as the destination. So Dan has taken something that is personal to me, my journey, and my podcast on the book that I'm hoping to still write. Is it 3 years now that I've been under this process? Maybe it's more now, approaching 4 years. The Grace of Uncertainty, as a catchy song, has something to offer. But it's the process, as always, that intrigues me. It's how the product becomes a product. And in this case, it's my brother taking a podcast, and specifically it's the one that I addressed biblical literalism and the problems of biblical literalism. And he took that and did an AI synopsis, an AI summary. And from the AI summary, he developed a set of words in a poetic style that he thought might lead to a final step, which is the creation of a musical embodiment of those lyrics. And that's what he sent me just this week. So here's a podcast that's taking a look at the impact of artificial intelligence in taking a book that is in process, coming to summarize those ideas and put it in a palatable song style that resembles what I might have done with my acoustic guitar and a light bass and a gentle rhythm. I wish I could sing as well as the vocalist in this AI. I don't think I could, but maybe I could do a stylized interpretation of this one. Wouldn't it be ironic if here I am, a human musician, covering an AI-generated tune? That would be ironic. But it's not all of that that really gets me. It's the whole process that my brother became interested in what I was thinking and doing and decided to apply his learning in artificial intelligence to and large language models, I guess specifically, to take a look at, can AI listen to a podcast and give you a reasonably accurate distillation of that? And the answer is yes. The next question is, can AI then take that distillation, the quick summary that you can get when you click on Ask AI, and it will summarize it. So I've got that summary in front of me, and I'd like to read a bit of it. And then can you distill that summary into a lyric? And can you then put the lyric in some kind of musical style that's palatable, that people want to sing? Because that, to me, is where it becomes memorable. Not in the words that I speak, but in the music. Music conveys so much, and the music here is stunning. So let me return to the music, and then I'll come back to look at the process a little bit more. Here's the verse 2, I think, and then on to the chorus to the middle part of the song.
We don't need the walls of certainty to keep our hearts secure. It's the trembling steps of trusting that make our hope endure. Oh, the grace of uncertainty, a light that shines through haze, not in rigid lines of meaning, but in love that bends and sways.
Well, let's go over some of the verse lyrics and how that reflects what I was writing about in that section of the book. Verse 1, in the silence of the questions where the answers slip away, faith is born in mystery and doubt becomes our prayer. Oh, the grace of uncertainty, a light that shines through haze. not in rigid lines of meaning, but in love that bends and sways. In verse 2, we don't need the walls of certainty to keep our hearts secure. It's the trembling steps of trusting that make our hope endure. And that's the lyrics to the first two verses of the song. And that's based on the summary of the podcast. So AI listened to my podcast and came up with this. The video, The Grace of Uncertainty, Biblical Literalism, explores how embracing uncertainty can deepen faith. It critiques the rigid biblical literalism, suggesting that openness to ambiguity allows for a richer spiritual growth and for more compassionate dialogue. And I guess that would be dialogue with those other than people who agree with us. And that's the essence of civil discourse. The key themes in the video: biblical literalism, uncertainty as grace, faith beyond certainty, and dialogue and compassion. And why it matters, the third criteria that AI generated out of this podcast listening, for believers, it challenges the idea that certainty is the highest form of faith. That means your unwavering, unquestioning support for everything that the Bible teaches, and instead offers a more nuanced perspective. For communities, it promotes humility and openness, which can strengthen relationships across differing interpretations. And for spiritual growth, AI suggests that this podcast reframes doubt as an opportunity, not as a liability, but an opportunity for deeper exploration. It's not a threat. And that, I would say, yay, go AI, go. And what else do you get away with when you come through this process of being put through the grist mill of AI and come out on the other side with a succinct expression in a couple of verses and a chorus in song? Well, I'd say you'd much rather listen to the music and look at the lyrics than listen to the podcast and read the book. So here it is, the rest of the song, and I'll sign off and leave you with that. And you can look it all up. I'm not sure where else I'll post it, so I'll just maybe repeat the whole thing, the song, unadulterated with my narration at the end. Here we go. Bye-bye for now.
In the silence of the questions, where the answers slip away, faith is born in mystery, and doubt becomes our prayer. Oh, the grace of uncertainty, a light that shines through haze, not in rigid lines of meaning, but in love that bends and sways. We don't need the walls of certainty to keep our hearts secure. It's the trembling steps of trusting that make our hope endure. The grace of uncertainty, a light that shines through haze, not in rigid lines of meaning, but in love that bends and sways. Let the questions be our compass, let the mystery be our song. In the shadows of not knowing, we find where we belong. Oh, the grace of uncertainty, a gift that sets us free.